Welcome to day 15, affirmations, writing affirmations. I remember a time when I was going through quite a lot of release, of old patterns and habits. And on a spiritual level, I was really doing a lot of the work. I had become a registered yoga teacher, and I had been practicing Kundalini yoga, um, going to different workshops, just really trying to feed my spirit, feed my soul, trying to live. And some personal things that I grew through in my life, some personal changes occurred, and it really opened up a portal for me to look deeper at my behavior. And I would get wobbly, the anxiety would come up, the depression would come up, and my mind would be going all over the place. I really didn't know, how to get it to settle in. But I always knew that I enjoyed writing. And one of the things that I love about writing is that it brings you here and now, right? Your mind, your body, because of your hand, and your consciousness are all focused on what you're writing. And you also want to keep it really simple when you're writing an affirmation because, again, it's the repetition that we talked about on day 12 that helps us to build new pathways in our mind, new memories, and reference points that help us to feel a sense of connection with something other than the narrative that we may be experiencing in our reality. So it gives us an opportunity to consciously choose where we're placing our attention. Everything in life wants attention, so even your positive practices, they need attention. They need for you to dig in deep and connect with them, build on them, water them. So during this time when I was having all of these challenges, life got really chaotic because that's what kind of happens when you purge. Things come up, and a lot of times, healing crises, when they happen, you get really sick, for about a while, and then, all of a sudden you start feeling a lot better. So in order to navigate, all of the way that my mind was working, I took to writing, and I would use affirmations. And so I have this book, and I love this one. It says every moment counts, or every moment matters. And I would just write the same thing, line after line. I remember it was just like, why am I doing this? But I understood that it was like it may have been a little obsessive, but it was also helping me to create those pathways in my mind, those memories. And the writing actually happens on a subconscious level. So you may go, after you finish, you're done with your affirmations, you get up and you go off to your day and you think, it didn't do much of anything. But somehow it is connecting you with electrical currents in the universe that are related to what you're giving your attention to. Now, I don't really know much about how that works, honestly, but I know that I've experienced it, and it does, because someone will ring your phone all of a sudden and say something related to what you may have been writing about, or talk to you about a challenge that they're having, and now give you an opportunity to share the gift of affirming with them to reinforce what you have been practicing. this is all a practice. So the work that we're doing, you know, writing the affirmations, you take the time to do it, it's giving you an opportunity to get still, be in the present moment, practice the art of being in the present moment, because it does take practice, and just escape the narrative that you may be currently living for a moment. And escape may be the wrong word, but you know, just kind of shift away from it for a moment, because we know that the narratives that come up, they come up to teach us something, right? They come up so that we can learn from them. And so it's good, but sometimes you do need a break. You need a commercial break, right? So affirming can be your break from your current lesson that you're in. All right, so just take a moment, write some affirmations in your notepad. Even here in the link below, you know, there's actually a little quiz, but it's not really a quiz. It's just an opportunity to do the exercise within the program. So just take the moment and just affirm something. Come up with an affirmation. Usually affirmations are, the word affirmation means to make it firm in your mind, right? Affirmation, right? And so a lot of people talk about affirmations and they say that you need to, you know, give it with, you know, the feeling, and you need to really tap into that feeling and just pull yourself into it, and yeah, I'm feeling that. And that may work for some too, but if you're not quite there and you may be on level 1, you don't want to necessarily try to go to level 10, because you may psych yourself out that way. Just wherever you are with it, be there. That's all. You know, you can whisper it. You can say it quietly. You know, I love myself. I'm proud of myself. Your internal intelligence still hears you, right? And it's going to support the fact that you are taking steps toward, you know, making this a part of your memory. So whether you say it quietly, whether you say it out loud, whether you write it down, just get into the connect with it, and then maybe even visualize it a little bit. Like, what would it look like for you if that were true? That's another thing that you can ask yourself. If the affirmation that you are stating was true, what would that look like? So for me, if I say, I love you, April Diane, well, what does loving April Diane mean to me? I think for me, it means that I'm going to support myself. I'm going to help myself get through things. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be patient with myself. I am going to do the things that I said that I was going to do. That's what it means when I affirm, I love you. So I have to look at areas in my life that don't align with this new belief that I'm implanting in myself. Because an affirmation is a belief that you want to adopt. It's a belief that you want to embody. So after you're affirming it with your words and you're writing it down, look at your life and say, okay, where in my life am I doing this? And where in my life am I not doing this? And then how can I take steps towards getting more of the am doing this on my list? And, you know, are there some things that I need to break down, or some things overwhelming for me because there's trauma surrounding them, right? Because sometimes, you know, like say, for example, let's talk about love. If loving you more, there's some trauma around it. Maybe someone told you didn't deserve love, or, you know, someone showed you love and it wasn't really love. Maybe it was manipulation. You have to kind of get around that, find a way to soothe yourself around that trauma, heal that trauma. Talking about it, processing it, feeling it, acknowledging it is one of the ways that you can diminish some of the pain slowly but surely that is surrounding a trauma, and that can break up the energy in around that trauma, which will allow you to move past the pain. By just simply being with it. That's my biggest thing is that sometimes you just have to be with the pain, see it, hear it, feel it, acknowledge it, and say, that was true for me, because a lot of times our traumas, people may have denied them for so long that now we've denied them. And so then now they're not being heard and they're being abandoned by us, our own feelings. So after you decide what you would like to affirm, right, the belief that you would like to affirm in your life, take inventory of your life and see where you are showing up in that manner with that practice. See where it's true, and then see where it's not true, and then make up a strategy to decide how you're going to work on those areas where it's not true. Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you need a therapist. Maybe you need a coach, and a coach can be an accountability partner. Maybe you need to join a support group. Whatever it is for you to, once you identify the belief that you would like to be true through affirmation, then you want to take the steps toward allowing it to actually be true on all dimensions of your life. Because on some dimension, it is true, right? In some reality, it is true. If it's true in your consciousness, it's you working to get it true in your physical world. And so how you can do that is by aligning your behavior to match the definition of your affirmation. All right, let's take a breath together. And relax the shoulders. And breathe it out. You're doing a good job. And you're doing a good thing for you. So keep up the good work. And stay well, my friend. Stay well.